So tell us what initiatives you have going on, and specific initiatives in the multi-screen area.
Yeah, I'd love to. First of all, on the programming side, we heard loud and clear from the members that we need to be more proactive in getting the advanced rights. So we have several of those rights locked up in agreements working with programmers, and there's several more that are in the pipeline. So that's going forward, and that's great. On the technology side, what we discovered was that there's a real need in the marketplace for cable operators to have a cost-effective authentication service. And so we started down a path of looking at maybe the NCTC should build this, because it's not that hard. So we started down that path, and then we came across one of our members who had already done it. Basically had jumped out there and built a platform that's working very well for their own purposes. So what we've done is worked out an arrangement with that member, and that member is Maslin Cable, Bob Gessner, and he's got an impeccable track record of kind of leading the charge in some of these newer areas, going all digital and branching off into new services. And so sure enough, he and his team have done a great job putting together a service for authentication. And it's now integrated with several of the programmers, and we have several of our members who will wind up using that platform for authentication. There's other providers in the industry. Probably the most well-known is Synacor, and they do a fine job as well. What's different about Maslin is that he's really focused on the smaller cable operator, both from an economic standpoint, keeping the process very simple, and they can do it darn quick. I mean, the amount of time it took them to integrate into the platform for Fox News, you can take a guess how long it took, but I'll just tell you it took them 3 days.
Wow.
That's unheard of in in the legacy cable world. That you think about these things taking months and months.
It's normally 3 days just to get a return phone call.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it might have taken that long too for the call, but once I got the call, it literally just took them a number of days, and it's up and running. So we're going to support Bob in that effort, and we're going to create a structure where members will have a master services agreement where they can access that platform for authentication. And what's really important about the timing is that we're approaching the Olympics. And the Olympics is going to have a lot of that content on an authenticated basis with NBC. So it's important to make that available. We're also working with others in the industry that are, have a larger technology footprint, has some visions for the future. So you'll see us announce another supplier soon that will also be a partner of the NCTC. Same thing, where we're trying to enable access for smaller members, not only for authentication in this case, but maybe some other services that complement the authentication phase going forward. So we're taking a very proactive stance on that. So I'm glad you asked. I'm just tickled to death with guys like Bob Gessner and Maslin. We have other members that have done similar things, very entrepreneurial. They've turned it into business opportunities. It's kind of what's going to continue to make this business really healthy.
Well, and I imagine that they're probably already looking at things like advertising and so forth, and how they can integrate that in there as well.
Well, Bob's got a very pragmatic approach. He's saying, let's do what we got to do right now to make it work and keep it very simple, and just build upon that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and have to make it really complicated. And I really appreciate that, because they've been able to do so much and handle a lot of volume of interest from affiliates by keeping that process very simple. So yeah, you'll see that whole concept migrate. But things that some vendors don't have the luxury of understanding, like a Bob Gessner does, is what does it take to really support the customer and have an efficient customer service process, and make it easy for consumers to register. So given their mindset, they're able to kind of think about that in a very straightforward way.
And they have a model for this with their security fraud software they developed for their own use.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Subscriber-wise, they created another business several years ago. Same thing. They saw a need and were able to make it into a company and offered it to the members. So it's an awesome opportunity to be able to work with not only our members who are entrepreneurs, but also some of the suppliers that are very keen on working with us.
Well, thanks, Rich.
Yeah.